All right, we are learning another key feature, which is increasing and decreasing of functions. We're also including the extrema or the extrema that we talked about, finding the maximum and the minimums. So increasing means the function goes up, and decreasing means the function goes down. So literally that's it. And then we talk about relative max and mins. That's the highest point or the lowest point, depending on where you are. Okay. So we have this function here. So to do these, to find the max, the increasing and decreasing piece, the first thing you need to do is you do need to find your maxes and your minimums. Okay, so if you had a calculator, this one would be a good one, but we don't. So I'm just going to estimate the values. So the max is right here, and that value is 0, 0. The minimums are there and there. Those are your two minimum values. And we're going to say they're negative 1.5 and negative 4. It would be the first one. This one, we're going to call that the first one. And then the second one is 1.5 and negative 4. And that's what we're going to call the second one. It's just going to make it a little easier to reference this. So when you're doing increasing and decreasing a function, so is the function going up or going down, you really do have to know what direction you're going in. Okay, so we want to find the intervals the graph increases first. So what we do is we pretend we're traveling in a car and we're going in this direction. We're always going from left to right. Okay, so when we go in this direction, I'm going to use a different color. What happens is I'm going this way and I'm going down. So when you're going down, like if you're in a car, you're going downhill or you're falling off a cliff, you're going down. Okay, this spot from here to here is also going down. Going up, pick a different color. Sure. From here to here, we go up. And from here to here, we go up. So if you're going up, it's increasing. If you're going down, it's decreasing. Now we just have to put the intervals to it. So the thing that you have to remember is that we're only using the x values here. So the graph is going up and down, but for what values? It's like your car is traveling along the x-axis from left to right. Okay? So this is interval notation, and so we're starting from the left. So if we're starting from the left here, when you start from the left, that's negative infinity. So let's do, I guess we'll do decreasing first because that's first on the graph. So the green is your decreasing. So we're going to start from back there. So we're going to start from negative infinity. And we're going down to this first minimum. So when we're doing these, we only want to look at the x values. When we're doing the increasing and decreasing, we can actually just pretend like those don't exist. And we literally are just looking at the x values. So I'm going to the first minimum. So that's negative 1.5. So when you're choosing which values to put, always put the x values or the first value. And then it's also it's also decreasing from the maximum to the minimum here. So this maximum, okay, I can do this. There we go. From this maximum to this minimum, it's decreasing. So the maximum value is 0, because that's right here. And the minimum, the second minimum, is 1.5. And that's it. We can union those if we want, but that's it. It's negative, that's it. So when we're doing increasing, that's the yellow ones I have here. Increasing goes from the first minimum to the max. So the first minimum is negative 1.5. And the max is 0. So that's it. I'm just the 0, the negative 1.5. And then the second time we do this, the other yellow starts at the second minimum and goes to positive infinity. So the second minimum is positive 1.5 to infinity. And that's it. That's all we got. So all we have to do is practice that a few times. I have no idea what just happened there. Okay, so now let's do this one. So here we have We need to find our maxes and our minimums. So our max here, we have only one max, so that's nice. And the numbers are nice. It's 1, 4. So make sure you just get those points first. Get the minimum. So this minimum is 3, 0. Okay, this is the minimum here. And now what we need to do is figure out where is it increasing and where is it decreasing. So we start from the left, and when we start from the left, we're starting from negative infinity. Here we are. So we start here, and we're going up from here to here. That's increasing. So negative infinity to the maximum is increasing, and then going up also is from the minimum to forever. So increasing is the green, so that's negative infinity to the maximum. So remember, I'm just taking the x value. And then from the minimum, which is the 3, to forever. Okay. And then we go from our decreasing, it's only decreasing in one spot. It's decreasing from here, from the maximum to the min. So we just take the x values of each of those, from the max to the min. It has to be in that order. So make sure you do it in that order. Okay, and then finally we have this. It's a weird looking graph, but just if it ever happens to you, that you have a weird looking graph like this. Here we go. What happens? So first thing we need to do is we need to find our max and our mins, or whatever. So here's a maximum. Remember, it's a mountain is a max. It's highest point of all the points around it. So that's negative 1, 0. And then the minimum, this is a minimum here. I had to use my calculator to do that. So if you forgot, these are the steps for finding it in the calculator. Otherwise, you gotta come ask me. So negative 0.2 and negative 1.1 is the minimum value. All right, and then we have this weird little jog thing, I call it, where it changes from concave down to concave up. And that's nothing. That's not a max or a min. It just looks weird, so just ignore it and pretend like it's not there. Isn't that fun? All right, so we want to do increasing and decreasing. So if we do increasing, we're going from left to right, whereas the graph going up. So the graph is going up from here to here. So, and the graph is going down, up from here to forever. Okay, you'll notice that when I'm doing the increasing, decreasing, I'm always using parentheses, and that's what you do. You always use parentheses, because when you're at the top of a hill, you're not going up or down, so you're not increasing or decreasing. So at the top of a hill or at the valley, it's not on the graph, it's not on that interval, so we always use parentheses. So always parentheses with increasing and decreasing. Okay, so it's a rule. Just blah. Okay, so increasing is the green, so it goes from negative infinity to the maximum, which was negative 1. And it also goes from the minimum, which was negative 0.2, to infinity, to positive infinity. It's going this way. It's going to positive infinity. It starts here to there is positive infinity. And then starting there to here is your negative infinity. All right, and then decreasing starts at the max, goes to the min again. So max is the x value is negative 1, and the min value is negative 0.2. And that's it. All righty, have a wonderful day.